probably don't have to tell you guys this again, but you know I've spent my life dedicated to animals and the love of animals and educating people about animals. The one thing I always said is that I would never push my kids to do it unless they wanted to.
One thing about iguanas is, if you have a glass cage, they sneeze. So we're just gonna clean some glass. Try to do this as safely. What you doing, bro?
So you just have to... Not that bad of a guy.
So we're just gonna put him on the ground and just let him crawl around while I fix the poopy and the glassy.
And you guys know that Noah has been working for me for quite some time, since literally got out of high school. I wasn't really sure if he was going to eventually take over the business or how serious he was about it. He really loved the video side and the editing side, but I never wanted to push him, right? I never wanted to make him do something that he didn't want to do. I wanted him to be his own man. So now that things are happening the way they are now, he really came to me and he said, Dad, I want to step up. I want to learn about these animals. I want to learn how to run your business. It made me so proud as a dad to hear my son not only wanting to do it for me, but also wanting to do it for him. And he's doing an amazing job.
Everything that's like happening is very unexpected. You know, you expect there to be like a gradual learning experience and where it's like not forced, and that's pretty much what's been happening since I've been out of school. Like, it's just been very gradual, just listening, not forcing anything, just gathering information. Now, all of a sudden, you know, my dad's got what he's got, and to be honest, nobody knows how long he has to live. It could be very soon or it could be very long. And so now everything's on like hyper speed, because if I'm being honest, I expected to have at least, I don't know, 10 years, and now it's like gotta try to learn everything in under a year pretty much to be safe. It's a lot of emotions, obviously, but it's almost like kind of have to put your emotions aside so that you can learn everything when you're here, and then once you're at home you can let the emotions loose, you know. I'm excited to learn. I've always wanted to learn. I just expected there to be more time and different circumstances to which I learned. So growing up, I always enjoyed being around BHB reptiles. I always had a lot of fun just like pulling out different animals, snakes. Mostly we had ball pythons and colubrids. So I was always messing with the snakes, naming some snakes. You know, when you're a kid up until late teenagers, you're in school, so that's pretty much your whole day. I know personally I was exhausted after school, so I just wanted to play sports or sleep. I graduated early 2018, this place was built. Pretty much right after school, we started getting a wide variety of different reptiles. It took a few years to, you know, build up knowledge by just listening, how to do it safely. Once you have like a basis of knowledge, you feel more comfortable messing with all different types of animals. I remember going to Florida with my dad. We went inside with what I believe to be Nile crocodiles.
A little bit more excited. We are actually inside one of the enclosures. We have a big male crocodile. He knows we're here. He's definitely ready, so we're gonna go ahead and feed him. We've got a couple females on nest as well, so what do you say we just give this a go, right?
Oh, look at that.
They're so fast. This one doesn't have any food. We gotta get the fuck out of here. And like, that's just something that I would never have done before. What brought me in there was an immense feeling of wanting to be close and to know more about the animals. So the older that I get, the more intrigued I am, and the more I want to, the more that I grow and realize that I love all animals, not just reptiles. So yeah, really just growing into what this place can be, and I pray nothing more that my dad's right there with me. I want that to be the case, but we have to be realistic, and if that's not the case, still carrying on the last name and what this is supposed to be for the rest of my life and hopefully future generations.
And as you can see, you know, to get this place running the way it needs to run, it's not just about me, it's about a lot of people, right? You know, my crew, my staff, and there's a lot of cogs in that wheel. Without one of those cogs, things don't run. Everyone has to chip in. The thing that I'm so blessed with is that I have a crew of people that believe in my vision and believe in the things that I believe in, and they're willing to work hard to achieve the same goals that I set out to achieve every day.
Of course, we're here to help, guys. So you guys are supporting Mr. Brian and everything so much that it really
really boosts everybody's spirits around here. You know, we want to be, me included, you know, Connie, everybody, Noah's stepping up to the plate, of course, Jessica's becoming more and more part of the vlog. You know, we're trying to get through this every which way of the sense, helping Brian just, you know, put a smile on his face. You know, we have all of the enclosures to clean, or, you know, Ice Cube here, he poops a lot, but, you know, it's our job to make sure that everybody's happy and safe and sound, even through these hard, difficult times. Noah's really stepping up to the plate, and I can't wait to work with Noah more so than we already do. You know, to be a part of it means the world to me, and I don't plan on going anywhere basically forever. I told Brian he had to fire me to get rid of me because I don't plan on going nowhere. All the help that we're trying to do for Brian, you know, of course his family, like Noah, we all basically live here all the time. Right behind me, as much as I complain about the anacondas, I still love them, and I love them even more because Brian loves them so much more. And it's just, you know, he's someone that I've looked up to my whole life. I watched him on the vlogs when I was a kid back in the snake bite days with Chewy and everybody else. So it's just, you know, this time it kind of sucks, but at the same time, we're gonna keep pushing through.
And it's been a pretty emotional time for the last couple months over here at BHP and the Reptarium. Obviously, things are pretty hard right now, but I've been here for a long time. I've been working with Brian for, it'll be 9 years this year, and I don't plan on going anywhere. I've helped build a lot of what we have here, and I plan on continuing to help build what we have in the future with the Legacy Aquarium. I definitely want to be involved in helping out, build out enclosures and, you know, making our animals happy. It's gonna be some changes going on around here. You guys will probably see a little bit more of me on the vlog. Hopefully you're happy about that. I've stuck around BHB and the Reptarium for so long and helped build, and I love Brian's vision, and I just want to continue that. I believe we've been going in an amazing direction with the animal care and husbandry, taking our enclosures beyond what they've ever been in the past, and I want to continue growing and building that. I'm gonna be here for it.
I don't think I really anticipated everything that's happened so far. It's just been a wild ride, and I never really expected to be a part of the vlogs. I literally just applied because I studied biology in school and I love animals. Came here to Michigan and I was like, oh, I know this place. And here I am, a part of the vlogs, a part of the whole family, and it's, wow. Mike, you're distracting me. Everyone here, we're just rolling with the punches. You have to be flexible, especially during these times, and I know I'm always gonna remain flexible. You know, whoever needs help, I'm definitely gonna be there because I love helping people and I love these animals. I mean, my number one thing hasn't always been reptiles. I love all animals. Like after working here, it's really, I see this snake, and I get that same like affectionate, like, ooh, cuddly feeling I do like when I see a cat or a dog. And these animals have like become my pets, and I look forward to coming in every day and seeing them, and I will always feel that way. No matter what happens, I'm gonna do my job here and care for these animals like they're my own.
Probably cleaned yesterday afternoon, so not even 24 hours. It's the morning time right now, so nothing really that you can do when you have an indoor zoo in Michigan. I share my dad's blood. I was his fastest swimmer. I also have a lot of different ideas that I want for this place as well. The Columbus Zoo video that was probably earlier this week. When I was there, that place was so inspirational. The entire time I was there, I was just thinking to myself, like, how do I get this? Like, how do we make it to where we can have the Columbus Zoo? Big J, Camera J, and we love birds. So like, I would love it to one day we expand to have some sort of aviary. Just build the best of the best, because that's my thing too, is I'm just like my dad. Everything we do, I don't want anything average. I want it to be the best, the most beautiful that it could be. That seal exhibit at the Columbus Zoo, that was one of my favorite animal experiences in recent memory. I haven't stopped thinking about it since it happened. I want to be able to offer that similar experience, if it's not with seals, with everything else that we have. What's that? I was walking around and I noticed this, because you get used to things that you see every day. We left this kind of untouched up because the pond was leaking. We didn't want to reseal it. We just had to open it back up to see, hey, what's going on in here. Since the professor came here, Ed, and fix it up, we can screw this in and then reseam it, dust it up to make it look pretty again, which I've been wanting to do for a very long time.
So basically all we need to do is just hold that into place. Probably right there. Screw it in.
Yep.
And you know, the thing is, it's really easy, like you're saying, it's really easy to just let this stuff kind of go because you just don't think about it, right? You know,
every day.
and that's the stuff that things don't look as good, right? We can just silicone that up. I think
it's
just
tucked in.
I think I'll just keep it in place, and then basically you come back with the silicone and you just dust this all up, silicone it up, and then people would never even see it, you know. But yeah, that's been like that for a year because of the leak. So yeah, good. Just in a few days on Tuesday, my first chemo starts. Like I've mentioned, it's a pretty aggressive, they say it's the worst chemo they can give you basically because they just really have to attack it super, super hard. Pretty bad side effects, and I don't know exactly how you're gonna react. Every person reacts differently. Some people can tolerate it well, some people it just destroys them. It's every 2 weeks, which could be good, right? Because what typically happens, I hope that I fall into this category, or better for that matter, I could use the prayers to me tolerate the chemo and for the chemo to shrink the tumor. Those are the two things I'm very, very hopeful for right now, and I could use those prayers. The point is that most people get sick the first week or so. Usually the first couple days are okay, not too terribly bad. By the time you're on day 3, 4, 5, you're pretty wrecked. I mean, for like a few days, you're like, you know, really, really in bad shape. And then usually by day 6 or 7, starting to feel better. And then what I've heard is a lot of times the next week when you're off a treatment, in between treatments, you almost feel back to normal, as close to normal as you can feel during that treatment. Of course, I'm going to feel a little bit more fatigued and some stuff like that. My point is that hopefully every other week I'll be back here just like normal, but during the weeks that I'm really beat up, I'm probably not going to be here every day. Hopefully I only will miss 2, maybe 3 days a week at the most, but I have to realize that there's a chance I may be gone longer. I'm not sure, and when I'm gone, the crew and Noah and everyone else is going to have to step up to educate you, entertain you, keep you guys occupied while I'm gone. And like I had mentioned before, I really, really pray that you guys will support them and support this channel while we're going through this process. And I know they're going to do a great job because they're great people, and I know it's going to be an amazing thing. I'm going to miss you guys, and like I said, I might have a camera at home when I'm feeling bad and just every now pop in the vlog and just, you know, tell you how I'm feeling. I want to be part of your life. You guys are such a part of my life, and the Reptile Army has showed me so much support that it's unbelievable that I know that I'm not alone in this journey, which I really appreciate. But again, really the tough stuff starts on Tuesday, and I'm just hoping it's going to go okay. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm terrified. I really am. I would like to do anything I could do to not go through this, but I have no choice. This is the steps I have to take. So I'm glad that I have the people around me that are going to be able to keep the ship afloat while I might be a little under the weather.
I think that I probably need to bring the other one out.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm a die board.
Almost done.
He poops a lot.
You proud? That's what I thought.
Noah, did you get to basketball out by yourself? Really did?
Yeah.
My nemesis, that's crazy. He's so beautiful though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's kind of scary, honestly.
Tell me about it.
It healed great, by the way.
You feel pretty good, right?
You can barely even tell. Apes, they usually have battle scars anyways, so it kind of just looks like extra detail of like realism.
Realism. Exactly. So many things that I'm going to teach you over the time. I mean, you know, it's like obviously you were messing with morphs, but we have to understand it's all about layering, right? So this is actually a banana bumblebee enchi, right? So this is a banana, a bumblebee is a pastel spider, and then it's an enchi. So all 3 of these things that is in here are incomplete dominant, right? And this is actually a
Incomplete dominant.
Right, so that just basically means that when you take a phenotype like a spider or a pastel, with a pastel, let's say, when you breed that pastel to a normal, half the babies are going to come out pastel.
Half normal.
Half normal. And then when you breed the 2 pastels together, on average 1 in 4 is going to be a super pastel. And then they're going to get 2 pastels and 1 normal on average out of 4. So there's recessive.
And an incomplete dominant.
Incomplete dominant. Or some people call it codominant, same exact thing. And then lastly, you would have allelic. Crystal ball would be allelic. So basically what this is a special ball python bred to a Mojave ball python, and you produce a crystal ball 1 in 4. Now, if you breed a crystal ball to a normal, you'll never produce a crystal ball. You know,
That
you'll
means it's allelic. That's what makes it allelic.
Exactly. So what you'll do is every snake will be either a Mojave or a special, and they'll never be a normal when you're allelic.
Breed the 2.
You have to
Mojave
breed a
special.
Mojave and a special in order to do it. Now, you can get a super special and a super Mojave, breed those together, and then you'll have all crystals. Super version is going to, so say a blue-eyed leucistic, which is like, let's say it's a super lesser, but it could be a super whatever. When you breed that to a normal, everything is going to be a lesser. So with the Mojave, that is a incomplete dominant. If you had a super Mojave, which is a blue-eyed leucistic with a gray head, when you breed that to a normal, everything's going to be Mojave. If you have a super special, by breeding a special to a special, everything you produce is going to be a special. It's a lot, right?
So when you breed the super Mojave to the super special, virtually is canceling out the supers and just putting Mojave and super together.
Mojave and special together to produce
Mojave and special.
Again, when you have a crystal, you're never going to produce a crystal from a crystal. That's one of the downside to allelic animals. But again, like you said, incomplete dominant, allelic, recessive. And then there's polygenic to some extent, but that's a whole nother thing that,
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot. So we've got a lot to learn.
Allelic was a lot, but
Yeah.
I understand it more than I did.
We've got a lot to learn, and we just got to take it one step at a time.
Right.